Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is Sunday. It's October 1st. There's a lot we're going to get into today, and I'm going to turn you guys. As you guys can see, the ceiling fan is now been purchased. We're not installing that today because we are actually going to start the painting of the walls. You can see that most of the kitchen, except with the exception of over here, I just need to finish these last couple of walls, putting the tape up, but we're going to actually be painting today. There's been some other new developments. My husband yesterday ordered the hutch that's going to go here. And the reason pardon me for shaking you guys and moving, it's going to go over right there where the old one was, but it's going to be an actual hutch versus a cabinet. And my husband and I looked at the different colors that it came in, and it came in 5 different colors. We chose the gray, and the reason I chose the gray over the light or the blue is because the blue almost looked like a green blue or an aqua blue, and it would really clash with what we have. And since the table and the chairs are black, the gray is going to add a nice lighter option to it. So when it comes, we'll assemble it. It will be there, and I'll be able to start moving stuff back from where everything is. The one reason you guys are not seeing my cooking videos right now is I have appliances and other stuff scattered throughout the house right now so I can get the kitchen done. So we're going to focus on that. I'm painting the walls today. Today will be the first coat. I'll allow it to dry overnight, either tomorrow or tomorrow, because Wednesday I'm taking a day off for personal reasons. For the two of us, we're actually getting our hair done. That'll be done, but my goal is by next weekend to have the kitchen entirely painted, and that includes the wood trim. And then we'll start hanging the ceiling light up, and I'm going to do the recess lights. So those are things that we're going to do. I do want to apologize to you guys. I know Sunday's video is going to be late. Unfortunately, this morning when I got up, I noticed that my mouse pad on my new MacBook Pro has a crack in it. So I was on with Apple support, and I need to take my computer into Apple later on today and find out if it is a manufacturer's defect on their part. If it is, then they'll reissue me a brand new Mac. So the first thing I also want to tell you guys, if you guys are doing painting projects throughout your houses, is to take all your jewelry off. And I'm talking your rings, any bracelets you're wearing, and especially if you have a good watch on, take those off so you don't get paint on them, because they are a little bit tricky to put paint or to take paint off of them. So do that first before you even start. So let's get into this. I'm going to stop the video for a second. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I just finished taping the rest of the ceiling over here. So now the ceiling is totally ready for the walls to be painted. And again, the reason why we tape the ceiling is if you're a little bit heavy-handed like me, you sometimes can drip paint onto the ceiling. This just protects so that when you use a roller or a brush that you're not actually painting the color onto the ceiling and having to redo the ceiling. Nobody that ever paints wants to have to redo a ceiling area, and the same problem would happen if you get paint on your newly painted walls, and you don't want to keep playing ping pong ball of having to paint the ceiling and repainting the top of the wall. So this kind of gives you the protection that you need when you paint. So everything else has been done. I need to move the refrigerator and the stove, which I'm going to do in a little bit. I'm actually going to start this side first. of painting. And it does go a little bit behind the refrigerator, so the refrigerator is probably going to be the first area we're going to work on. Now, I know in yesterday's video, and again, I apologize for it being late. Let me just give you a synopsis of what happened this Sunday morning when I woke up. When I woke up and I had my first cup of coffee and I went upstairs and I opened my laptop, I noticed that my keypad or mouse pad on my MacBook Pro had a line through it. Now, it's not a raised line, but it's a crack. And I called Apple Care, and they told me they think that it literally has a crack going through it. So I need to take it to Apple, to the physical store later on this evening, and have it looked at and figure out if it's a defect area. So that's why the video that you guys saw Sunday is going to be relatively late. I'm going to get it uploaded, but it's going to take me a while. So I never did prime this area, and I think I might not have to. I'll know when I put the first coat if that's going to be if this area, I'm going to put my finger right here going up and down, if that's going to be visible or not. I don't think it would. I think it would be more visible if I ended up putting the primer, because the primer will dry the same exact color and it will be a little bit thicker. So I'm not going to prime the walls at all. I'm going to leave those alone and just put paint on them. So let's get cracking. Now, you might see, and I'm going to move you guys because it's a little bit hard to see in this space, these. Now, I did take off the boxes, and you want to be very careful with how far into here you paint, because this will be covered after I change these out, because obviously one will be for the new light over the island, and the other one will be for the new ceiling fan. These are going to get replaced after I have put the ceiling fan in. So you want to be careful that you're not actually getting paint into this, that you're just doing the outside of them. And you can use a brush. You don't have to use the roller in this area. You just want to be gentle when going around any of the outlets or plugs area of the wall. But saying that, we're going to get started. Let's get painting. So I'm going to prepare a few things. The first thing I need to prepare is I need to get rollers, paint brushes, and my husband needs to bring up the paint tray. And then we need to move the refrigerator out, because obviously that's the first thing.
I would start back there.
Start where?
Behind the refrigerator.
You would start behind the refrigerator?
That way we can put it back somewhat similar to where it belongs.
Okay, my husband says to start behind the refrigerator. That's not where I was going to start, but we're going to move the refrigerator right now, and we're going to start painting back there so that the refrigerator can still be used. So, I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to start doing the walls. Stay tuned for updates. Okay, hi all. Welcome. I would welcome you to the kitchen. You're currently in my living room. This is a special or continuation of the remodel. And as you can tell, I got a little paint on my forehead that I'll get out when I shower. There we go. Got that out. I'm going to take you in the kitchen. Now, keep in mind, this is just the first coat that went on the walls. And we're going to do it two different ways. And I've got to be kind of careful. I have the lights on right now, so I'm going to turn the lights off carefully so I don't touch the wall. Okay, and I am going to show you guys the first color of what the new kitchen paint is going to look like. And there she is. It is blue. And I'm very impressed on how it came out. Now, mind you, I still have the tape on the ceiling. That won't come off until the walls are fully dry. And then we can pull that off and make sure that there are no airs in there, and then just very thinly do that. Now, this kitchen does need a second coat, which will go on either tomorrow or on Tuesday. I should have the second coat. But this is what the kitchen looks like. Keep in mind that I have not done the wood trim. That won't be done until much later in the week because everything needs to dry. And I just realized I messed up a little bit because I was going to do these two in that blue, in the wall blue. But this is what the kitchen looks like. And I have to be a little bit more careful because the refrigerator as well as the stove are now pulled out of where they originally go. I even was able to do the trim. Now keep in mind, I did not do the underside, and I'm going to try to hold you guys. And, well, let me get away from the plastic. Okay, underneath here, right where my fingertip, and I'm going to move my fingertips so you can get an idea. That hasn't been done because the gap is too small for me to get in there with a brush. So I have not decided what that's going to be. Same with the very, very top. And you might actually not notice that, and I'm going to set you guys on the island right now. I got to be careful. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that, and I won't know what that looks like until I actually remove the tape and start to do the trim. Like I said, I was going to do these in the light blue, and actually I can probably do that tomorrow or the next day when I do the wall colors. But so far I'm very happy with the color I picked out. It's a little bit darker than I thought, but I think it's going to look good in the kitchen. So I'm going to wrap up today's video. There's nothing new and exciting that I'm going to end up doing today because I need to let the walls now dry for the first 24 hours before I can go ahead and do a second coat. Now, when I do the second coat, it should go quite a bit quicker because I don't need to hand paint any of the trim up on top. I can just now roll it out and it should roll quite easily. But the kitchen's coming along, and I'm going to kind of bring you guys out so you can get an idea of, now that the ceiling is done, how it's going to look with the walls, and I think it's going to look really, really good. Like I said, with this, I have not decided what to do with that, and that may end up being the off-white for now. My husband and I are talking about whether or not we want to even keep these or if we want to get new ones down the road, and if we want the French door style that actually opens out. So that would be a much later down the road. So you may see this dingy white for the time. I'm still going to do the trim around the door though, in the darker blue. So that was today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more great videos. The kitchen is coming. I probably am now thinking I will start up the Cooking with Joel videos maybe the second, maybe the third week of October. I'm going to see how that goes because I do need to wait for one thing to arrive, and that's the hutch. And the hutch, again, is going to go on the same wall that the cabinet was. It's going to go on this wall. Once I get that set up, I'll be able to start moving my appliances back and get my kitchen back the way I want it. The only thing that'll be missing in the kitchen itself will be the table and the chairs, and those will be delivered at the end of the month. So, again, leave me a comment if you have any questions, if you just want to chat. I love reading them. I'll see you guys on the next Cooking with Joel remodel update video.